September 18th, Nehemiah 3. It's good stuff. He's rebuilding the wall of Jerusalem as we learned yesterday. Okay, verse 1. Then Eliashib, the high priest, rose up with his brethren, the priests, and built the sheep gate. They consecrated it and hung its doors. They built as far as the Tower of the 100 and consecrated it. Then as far as the Tower of the Hinanel, next to Eliashib, the men of Jericho built, and next to them Zakur, the son of Imri, built. Also the sons of Hanasa built the fish gate. They laid its beams and hung its doors with its bolts and bars. And next to them Meremoth, the son of Arijah, the son of Kuz, made repairs. Next to them Meshullam, the son of Barakiah, the son of Meshabel, made repairs. Next to them Zadok, the son of Bana, made repairs. Next to them Tekiatites made repairs. But their nobles did not put their shoulders to the work of their Lord. Moreover, Jedhiadah, the son of Paseah, and Meshullam, the son of Besodiah, repaired the old gate. They laid its beams and hung its doors with its bolts and bars. And next to them Melatiah, the Gibeonite, Judon, the Meronothite, the men of Gibeon and Mizpah, repaired the residence of the governor of the region beyond the river. Next to him Uzziel, the son of Harahai, one of the goldsmiths, made repairs. And next to him Hananiah, one of the perfumers, made repairs. And they fortified Jerusalem as far as the broad wall. Then next to them Raphaiah, the son of Hur, leader of half of the district of Jerusalem, made repairs. Next to them Jedai, the son of Haraphath, made repairs in front of his house. And next to him Hattush, the son of Hashabniah, made repairs. Malchijah, the son of Haram, and Hashub, the son of Pahath Moab, repaired another section as well as the Tower of the Ovens. And next to him was Shallum, the son of Halohash, leader of half the district of Jerusalem. He and his daughters made repairs. Hanan and the inhabitants of Zanoah repaired the valley gate. They built it, hung its doors with bolts and bars, and repaired 1,000 cubits of the wall as far as the refuse gate. Malchijah, the son of Rechab, leader of the district of Beth Hakaram, repaired the refuse gate. He built it and hung its doors with its bolts and bars. Shallum, the son of Kohazath, leader of the district of Mizpah, repaired the fountain gate. He built it, covered it, hung its doors with bolts and bars, and repaired the wall of the pool of Shelah by the king's garden, as far as the stairs that go down from the city of David. After him, Nehemiah, the son of Asbach, leader of half the district of Beth Zor, made repairs as far as the place in front of the tombs of David, to the man-made pool, and as far as the house of the mighty. After him, the Levites under Rehum, the son of Bani, made repairs. Next to him, Hashbiah, leader of half the district of Keilah, made repairs for his district. After him, their brethren under Bavah, the son of Henadad, leader of the other house of the district of Keilah, made repairs. And next to him, Ezer, the son of Jeshua, the leader of Mizpah, repaired another section in front of the ascent to the army of the buttress. After him, Baruch, the son of Zabah, carefully repaired the other section, from the buttress to the door to the house of Eliashib the high priest. After him, Meremoth, the son of Arijah, son of Kaz, repaired another section, from the door of the house of Eliashib to end of the house of Eliashib. And after him, the priests, the men of the plain, made repairs. After him, Benjamin and Hashub made repairs opposite their house. After them, Azarah, the son of Manasseh, the son of Ananiah, made repairs by his house. After him, Binuah, the son of Henadad, repaired another section from the house of Azariah to the buttress, even as far as the corner. Palal, the son of Uzi, made repairs opposite the buttress and on the tower which projects from the king's upper house, that was by the court of the prison. After him, Pedaiah, the son of Parash, made repairs. Moreover, the Nethinim, who dwelt in Ophel, made repairs as far as the place in front of the water gate toward the east, and on the projecting tower. After them, the Tekiatites repaired another section, next to the great projecting tower, and as far as the wall of Ophel. Beyond the horse gate, the priests made repairs, each in front of his own house. After them, Zadok the son of Emer made repairs in front of his own house. After him, Shemaiah the son of Shechaniah, the keeper of the east gate, made repairs. After him, Hananiah the son of Shelemiah and Hanun, the sixth son of Zalaph, repaired another section. After him, Meshullam the son of Barakiah made repairs in front of his dwelling. After him, Malchijah, one of the goldsmiths, made repairs as far as the house of Nethanim and of the merchants in front of the Mifkad gate, and as far as the upper room at the corner. In between the upper room and the corner, as far as the sheep gate, the goldsmiths and the merchants made repairs. But it so happened, when Sanballat heard that we were rebuilding the wall, that he was furious and very indignant, and mocked the Jews. And he spoke before his brethren and the army of Samar, and said, What are these feeble Jews doing? Will they fortify themselves? Will they offer sacrifices? Will they complete it in a day? Will they revive the stones from the heaps of rubbish, stones that are burned? Now Tobiah the Ammonite, who was beside him, and he said, Whatever they build, even if a fox goes up on it, he will break down their stone wall. Hear, O God, for we are despised. Turn their reproach on their own heads, and give them as plunder to a land of captivity. Do not cover their iniquity, and do not let their sin be blotted out from before you, for they have provoked you to anger before the builders. So we built the wall, and the entire wall was joined together up to half its height, for the people had a mind to work. Now it happened, when Sanballat, Tobiah, the Arabs, the Ammonites, and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were being restored, and the gaps were beginning to be closed, that they became very angry, and all of them conspired together to come and attack Jerusalem and create confusion. Nevertheless, we made our prayer to God, and because of them, we set a watch against them day and night. Then Judah said, The strength of the laborers is failing, and there is so much rubbish that we are not able to build the wall. And our adversaries said, They will neither know nor see anything till we come into their midst and kill them and cause the work to cease. So it was, when the Jews who dwelt near them came, that they told us 10 times, From whatever place you turn, they will be upon us. Therefore I positioned men behind the lower ports of the wall, at the openings, and I set the people according to their families, with their swords, their spears, and their bows. And I looked and arose and said to the nobles, to the leaders, and to the rest of the people, Do not be afraid of them. Remember the Lord, great and awesome, and fight for your brethren, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your houses. And it happened, when our enemies heard that it was known to us, and that God had brought their plight to nothing, that all of us returned to the wall, everyone to his work. So it was, from that time on, that half of my servants worked at construction, while the other half held the spears, the shields, the bows, and wore armor. And the leaders were behind all the house of Judah. I love this. Those who built the wall on the wall, and those who carried burdens, loaded themselves so that one hand they worked at construction, and with the other held a weapon. Every one of the builders had his sword girded at his side as he built, and the one who sounded the trumpet was beside me. Then I said to the nobles, the rulers, and the rest of the people, The work is great and extensive, and we are separated far from one another on our wall. Whenever you hear the sound of the trumpet, rally to us there. Our God will fight for us. So we labored in the work, and half of the men held the spears from daybreak until the stars appeared. At the same time, I also said to the people, Let each man and his servant stay at night in Jerusalem, that they may be our guard by night and a working party by day. So neither I, my brethren, my servants, nor the men of the guard who followed me took off our clothes, except that everyone took them off for washing. Here's 5, verse 1. And there was a great outcry of the people and their wives against their Jewish brethren. For there were those who said, We, our sons and our daughters are many. Therefore, let us get grain that we may eat and live. There were also some who said, "We have mortgaged our lands and vineyards and houses, that we might buy grain because of the famine." There were also those who said, "We have borrowed money for the king's tax on our lands and vineyards. Yet now our flesh is as the flesh of our brethren, our children as their children, and indeed we are forcing our sons and daughters to be slaves, and some of our daughters that have been brought into slavery. It is not in our power to redeem them, for other men have our lands and vineyards." And I became very angry when I heard their outcry in these words. After serious thought, I rebuked the nobles and rulers and said to them, "Each of you is exacting usury from his brother." So I called a great assembly against them, and I said to them, "According to our ability, we have redeemed our Jewish brethren who were sold to the nations. Now indeed, will you even sell your brethren, or should they be sold to us?" Then they were silenced and found nothing to say. Then I said, "What you are doing is not good. Should you not walk in the fear of our God because of the reproach of the nations our enemies? I also, with my brethren and my servants, am lending them money and grain. Please, let us stop this usury. Restore now to them, even this day, their lands, their vineyards, their olive groves, and their houses, also 1/100th of the money and the grain, the new wine and the oil, that you have charged them." So they will say, "We will restore it, and we will require nothing from them. We will do as you say." Then I called the priests and required an oath from them that they would do according to this promise. Then I shook out the fold of my garment and said, "So may God shake out each man from his house and from his property who does not perform this promise. Even thus may be he shaken out and emptied." And all the assembly said, "Amen," and praised the Lord. Then the people did according to this promise. Chapter 6. Now it happened when Tobiah, Geshem the Arab, and the rest of our enemies heard that I had rebuilt the wall, and that there were no breaks left in it, though at the time I had not hung the doors and the gates, that Sanballat and Geshem sent to me, saying, "Come, let us meet together among the villages in the plains of Ono." But they thought to do me harm. So I sent messengers to them, saying, "I am doing a great work, so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease while I leave it and go down to you?" But they sent me this message 4 times, and I answered them in the same manner. Then Sanballat sent his servant to me as before, the 5th time, with an open letter in his hand. In it was written, "It is reported among the nations, and Geshem says that you and the Jews plan to rebel. Therefore, according to these rumors, you are rebuilding the wall that you may be their king, and you have also appointed prophets to proclaim concerning you at Jerusalem, saying there is a king in Judah. Now, these matters were reported to the king, so come, therefore, and let us consult together." Then I sent to him, saying, "No such things as you say are being done, but you invent them in your own heart." For they all were trying to make us afraid, saying, "Their hands will be weakened in the work, and it will not be done. Now therefore, O God, strengthen my hands." Afterward I came to the house of Shemiah the son of Deliah, the son of Mehetabel, who was a secret informer, and he said, "Let us meet together in the house of God within the temple, and let us close the doors of the temple, for they are coming to kill you. Indeed, at night they will come to kill you." And I said, "Should such a man as I flee? And who is there, such as I, who would go into the temple to save his life? I will not go in." Then I perceived that God had not sent him at all, but that he pronounced this prophecy against me because Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. For this reason he was hired, and I should be afraid and act that way in sin, so that they may have caused for an evil report, that they might reproach me. My God, remember Tobiah and Sanballat, according to these their works, and the prophetess Noadiah, and the rest of the prophets who would have made me afraid. So the wall was finished on the 25th day of Elul, in 52 days. 52 days. And it happened when all our enemies heard of it, and all the nations around us saw these things, that they were very disheartened in their own eyes, for they perceived that this work was done by our God. Also, in the days of the nobles of Judah, sent many letters to Tobiah, and the letters of Tobiah came to them, for many in Judah were pledged to him, because he was the son-in-law of Shechaniah, the son of Era, and his son Jehohanan had married the daughter of Meshullam, the son of Berechiah. Also they reported his good deeds before me, and reported my words to him. Tobiah sent letters to frighten me. Then it was, when the wall was built and I had hung the doors, when the gatekeepers, the singers, and the Levites had been appointed, that I gave the charge of Jerusalem to my brother Hanani, and Hananiah, the leader of the citadel, for he was a faithful man, and feared God more than many. And I said to them, do not let the gates of Jerusalem be opened until the sun is hot, and while they stand guard, let them shut and bar the doors, and appoint guards from among the inhabitants of Jerusalem, one at his watch station, and another in front of his own house. Oh, it's so good. It reminds me of when I was building our camp in Afghanistan in 2012 or late 2011. But, we would be working on the wall, working on the buildings, working on the structures, and our rifles would be sitting right next to us. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't really know this passage that well at the time. It was 12 years ago today. But my point is that if you look at the portion of Nehemiah 4, as the enemies opposed the rebuilding, what did Nehemiah do? He said, hey, we labored in the work. Half of the men held the spears from daybreak until the stars appeared. There you go. Those who built on the wall and those who carried burdens. Every one of the builders had his sword girded at his side as he built. I love it. Even though Nehemiah was charged with this, that God had watch over him, he still had the capability to guard. He still had the capability to be a good steward of what God had given him, what God had placed in his charge. Love it.